Any of the guys done therapy?
I tried it.
How did you get on?
It didn't last.
Why?
The woman said, the therapist, the black woman, she said, you got to do what makes you happy, Lewis. And I said, I can't do that.
Yeah. You need to tell me what fucking
Did you
makes me
need-
happy. What do you think makes me happy? Like, I need answers. Yeah. That's how probably I could. That's why I probably couldn't go therapist.
Wait, why are you under the assumption you're not living for yourself?
Men don't live for themselves.
Yeah,
Men don't live for themselves. You didn't know that. You didn't know that.
Men
Can
don't
he
live
get
for
a
themselves.
mic?
Men live for
again?
Can he get a mic? Okay, can he be heard?
You can be
Can be
heard.
heard.
Okay, I understand it, right? Because I'm big on the community, right? It's not just about you. So I get what you mean by that, right? But that doesn't mean you don't get to pick for things you want. That makes for a very miserable life if you're because even I know it sounds so mad. Sometimes I don't do the right thing because that's not what makes me happy. I don't give a heck if it's the right thing to do. I could lean towards blowing something down because I'm like, ultimately, I want peace to reign in my life, right? So don't you think you are set?
But that's nothing in comparison to a man.
But don't you think
and what
that
we
you
have
are
to do.
setting yourself? Okay. General question.
Go ahead.
Each of you can answer this, please.
Go ahead.
What do you think makes a man a man?
Do you mean what makes a man a man?
Yeah, like what? Because you keep
Can
saying
we change
as a
it
man.
to
as
a
a
man?
man.
What a man's role is? Can we change it to what?
No,
what a man's
not
role
well,
is?
nothing. What is it about you see someone that's like, yeah, that's a man?
A man that, to me, a man. I can answer that because I think that's about some of my friends sometimes. And I'll be like, yeah, he's a man that I can respect. A man that takes care of his family, makes sacrifices at times for his family. He makes sure his people are looked after. He protects, provides, etc., etc. And you will have to, at times, you take a back seat. Once you're a man and you take on a woman and you have children, etc., you're not the priority anymore. They're the priority. Making sure that you lot are okay becomes the number one priority. So in that, you have to take a back seat.
I think men are always taking a back seat to a certain extent. You will know when a man's putting himself first because women or other people will be first to call him selfish because you know he's putting himself quickly because it is apparent that person is putting himself first. But even let's say like my friends or people that I know that ain't in a relationship where I can say they're a stand-up guy or they're probably it's because it's the way they conduct themselves.
Yeah,
it's the way that they talk. It's the way that they move. It's the way that even with my friends that ain't in relationships, how they look out for me. Do you get what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's that real stand-up guys that you can call someone. It's the way that we look out for each other. Do you get what I'm saying? In a way, and then when you have got a family and you are in a relationship, it's the little things that you do that you know what I mean.
The same thing you said about the broad shoulders.
Yeah,
and that's what we're designed for. So,
go on. Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause you know what's mad that I was saying, I was chatting yesterday, and someone said to me, and it's true. Like, what you can tell as guys is because we deal with things and men deal with things that they do not talk about.
You won't even know we're
You won't even know. Like, it's like the bills, the this, the that, the which people will make a big song and dance and be like, oh my God, sharing bills, 50-50, this, that. But men will just deal with whatever it is that is at their table.
Certain man will.
Certain man.
That's how,
like,
that's
what
how
is at their
we
table, we will just deal with it and it's not a talking matter. Do you get what I'm saying? What is a talking matter to us is maybe seems something that's so crazy, like, that's what we're going to chat about. But everything else that life throws at us, we just
deal with.
I could deal with it.
That's me personally. That's why I'm down for the dismantling of patriarchy, like completely. Because I don't think it benefits anybody.
It doesn't benefit.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you not carrying the weight of the world
But
on
you
your
said
shoulder.
earlier on.
What do you mean not talking about
this was the design?
No, but those are things that we do with. So you see, if I have a month where things are financially tight, that's just life. Like, I'll deal with it. Like, if I have a month where there's things going on in my life where things ain't looking, it don't mean that we're not talking about it and we're not dealing with it, but these are parts of our DNA and the way that we're wired that I feel like real men handle those situations.
Well, the thing is, you're saying that as if to say you're just like, I deal with that. I'm not a man. I think all these things that you put on this, what makes a man, are just labels that you lot have put on yourself. Ultimately, what makes a man is that he's either born a man or he identifies as a man. That's the only thing identifies with. Don't get yourself in trouble. No, don't get yourself. It's either what makes a man or what. So that's all it is.
That's all it is. It's deeper than that.
In your opinion.
But everything else you've done to it, you've added to it.
Nah, it's not added to it because
trust me, you have.
It's not. It's because it's responsibilities and things that
it makes you a responsible person, not a man.
No, but subconsciously, there's responsibilities that you say, all right, just being born a man and just being born that's one thing. But then there's so many things that we deal with on a day-to-day that we just deal with it. It's not even that.
If an intruder breaks into this building right now,
that's things that society.
Say that again.
if your car needs fixing right now,
I'm going to the mechanic.
and what's the mechanic going to be 99 times out of 100?
Because that's what it happens to be.
If there's a construction and labouring jobs that need to be done, who are we going to go to?
There were women there.
Yeah,
No, but come on, let's
they
not
But
don't do that.
No, but that's the way the world is set up.
But that's the way I get that because
there's
what
certain
a
physical
patriarchy
demands
is.
that men
But
have to
I'm
step
against.
up to. I'm sorry, but it just is what it is.
No, I know
Serena
that, but
Williams
that's
is
not
an
what makes
amazing
you a
tennis player.
man.
and I know, but what makes
But
like
you just
there's-
ask what do you think a man
And
has
the
to
reason why I asked that is because
I'm enjoying what you're saying. I'm here for it.
The
I'm very
reason why
much
I
for it.
asked it is because I wanted you guys to realize all the pressure you lot are putting on yourself. Like patriarchy by design doesn't benefit women or men, or theys or anyone. It doesn't benefit
No, but
us.
it doesn't.
But
But these
it
are
doesn't
things.
benefit
But I know,
us.
but
It
remember,
makes you guys
but
miserable. It makes
remember,
you guys
these are
miserable.
Things are things that
I'm not
naturally-
miserable.
No, I mean, but you
My cousin's
are.
not miserable.
You-
We're
No,
joyous.
you're not.
But the
You're
thing
We're
is,
joyous.
but the thing
I know
is,
you're not
but the
happy.
thing
We're
is, the
joyous.
things that we take on board as what we feel is a responsibility as a man,
I
we're
love
not
it.
complaining about
I
it.
look at my sons.
No,
I look at my
no,
sons
hear me,
and
hear
see,
me.
and my heart is filled with joy.
Do you know how I know
I'm
you're not
raising
happy?
such young men.
Those things that can be true. But he just said his therapist told him, do what makes you happy, and he couldn't.
Exactly.
He's
So
not
that means
happy.
there's something
He's
that makes
not
him happy, but
doing
he's not
something that
actively-
makes him
Yes.
happy.
Yeah, but
because
making
you don't
him
know
happy,
what he's talking
no, but
about.
making him happy could be going dream weekend.
You don't know
I
what-
don't want to go dream weekend this
He
year.
does wanna go dream
No,
weekend.
You don't know what it could be.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I think that patriarchy doesn't benefit anybody. These things that you guys put on yourselves or that the society puts on you is made up.
But
Do you know
it's
what I
not-
mean?
can't
but
say
you
that.
know what?
Hold
You know
on.
how mad that is, and you know what?
It's
That
made up.
That to me just shows you how sometimes
The ladies
I feel
just-
like
they just said about the
women may
broad
not
shoulders.
even understand the expectation, like what men deal with on a day to day, and just deal
But-
with it.
but Tolly
Like,
does because
you're
you said
saying
the
like,
broad
you're
shoulders.
saying that everything.
I'm
that
going to
you're
keep
saying,
coming back to the
No,
broad shoulders.
no,
You
I get
said,
it.
why were we design? You
You
said
see,
it.
shoulders.
Why
I
were we
get it.
designing the broad
The
shoulders?
impact of patriarchy
I'm
is
pushing
mad.
a lot
I'm
of
not
weight,
even. I'm
you
not
get
even.
me?
I'm not a man, and
I
I
get
feel
it.
it.
And I
So I
get-
can't. I can only imagine
and I
being
don't.
in a
And the
male
thing is,
body.
I don't feel no way like or have any feeling about women thinking like that because it's like you're entitled to think how you feel and feel like that.
And
But
we
then
feel how we
we
feel.
just take it on.
Masculine.
We'll just take that on and say, even to a woman to say, you know what, we feel like everything that you're taking on board is brought on by what you lot think and how we'll just take that and carry that.
we wanna
so
make
question-
your life
We'll
easy.
just take
Okay,
that
so
and carry
question
that.
for the room.
Go on then. Go
How
on.
can the women in your lives lessen the load?
By what they do.
Like-
They do
no, like
lessen
what?
the load.
What? Like
Let's
what?
say
Like,
a woman
put it
in my
this-
life can lessen the load by alleviating stress. She might want to contribute financially. She might want to take on the majority of the kids-related tasks, things of that nature. That's lessening the load. It means that it's not something that we have to think about and stuff. Or just being there, maybe. Just I don't know, just
Like,
being supportive to
having
one
a team
another.
player,
I'm
like,
trying not
having
to say she tried to set me up with the sexist
Yeah,
questions.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying.
yeah.
You know I was gonna
No,
start
no,
killing
no,
myself,
no.
but I said let me not do the show.
was gonna
I'm
say-
scurrying around. You know I was gonna say that get in the kitchen, chef up the dinner, make sure when I
sure
come in,
man's fit.
food's
Really?
ready, everything's
really
nice.
wanted to answer
Tell
the
me what
question
day
like
I've got to
this.
pay that direct debit. Let me know when that direct debit's got to come out. You understand?
I really wanted to answer the question like this. Well, she better cook for man.
But
Make sure, man.
no,
I'm joking,
we're more
no.
modern than that, so I'm not falling into those
No, but
traps.
You
But
answered it in the first breath.
even
Like,
just
how a
listening,
woman can
even
make
just
a
listening
man's
to
life
me,
easier.
my woman can be my therapist. Even her just listening to me and being that, and being loyal.
You better go and pay someone to do that and stop burdening her. You know, she's.
See? That's why you're single. That's why you're single. That is why you're single. No. Fuck the can't win. That is why you're single. That's why you're single. See that too? Burdening, you know.
She's trolling.
Send you
Burdening.
the sheet.
She said burdening. The man them don't even complain like that.